Alvin Hubbard Eel, and I am the Senior Community Advisor for Mayor Ed Gainey. And Janet, it is a pleasure for us to be able to celebrate you today. How we got to this moment was she was down here, I forgot, a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, might have been a month ago she was down here. And she's here doing, you know how Janet is, she does her thing. She was doing it very well. And so when I came into her space, she was with Chief Wheatley. And Chief Wheatley said, you know what? We need to honor her, and that's why we're here today. So thank you to the Chief, got you here today. So for real, your 48 years of work got you here today. That's right. Give it up for her, 48 years of work. Reading over your information, see things started back in 1976. Yeah. And that's when I got started. So we got something in common. I started in 76. But anyhow, y'all don't want to hear that.
That's when I got married.
Oh, well, all right. Celebrating, starting, and getting married. That's a double whammy, huh? That's pretty good, very good. But just a few words to describe Miss Janet here from the 5th floor. Just a few words. And please repeat them after me if you don't mind. She is awesome. Awesome. She's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Also, she's unforgettable. Unforgettable. Incredible. Incredible. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. And astonishing. Astonishing. More than that, she's remarkable and extraordinary. Remarkable and extraordinary. And lastly, you're an outstanding person. Outstanding person. That's Janet Evans we're celebrating today. Celebrating 48 years of excellence, recognizing the life and works of Janet Evans. And it's my pleasure at this time to bring to you our Mayor, Ed Gainey.
Well, first, congratulations, Janet. Congratulations. We're going to do this a little bit different. Oh, and the Chief is here, so we're going to do this a little bit different. I usually started off with somebody standing up because here's the catch. It's easy for me to read the work that you've done in the past, and that would be wonderful because you have a long history celebrating 48 years of excellence. But I think it's better when out of 48 years, they can come up and tell you how you impacted their life. Because then that means that you can tell exactly, like they all love you or they wouldn't be here, but everybody love you for a different reason. And so I'm gonna let them come up and tell you, but I'm gonna start with the Chief first because he's the chair of the board. Chief, come on up, Chief, come on up.
Tell him, ask him how you met me.
How you meet her?
How you met her?
No, she's asking you.
Oh, when I come back up, I'll tell them when I come back up. Go on, let's get it. There's gonna be a couple people that want to talk now.
Well, I'm gonna keep it real brief and real succinct. I want to thank you for your years of service, for all your activism, for your belief in the possible, making the impossible possible, and always being there for people. And every time you call, you not only do you have something that you want us to work on together, but you always have a way to get to it. So, I want to say thank you for that. You've never been a person who would just yell for the sake of yelling, but you've always tried to push something forward for people, especially the people of Glen Hazel and Hazelwood, you know what I'm saying? You make sure they're not forgotten. So I want to thank you for your activism, your service. Who am I passing it on to?
Who's next? Ask who's next. Get on.
Who's next? Oh, come on, Cass.
So first I want to say thank you for all these years as being one of my advisors who made sure that different things happen in the Housing Authority. The most important thing that happened in relationship with you, with your leadership and your guidance, you was able to impact the community, the disabled community, to make sure that we have accessible housing for people. You were the one who stood there and said, wait a minute, Housing Authority, what about this? What about that? And I guess when I got here 20, 25 years ago, you was there to make sure that we had the UFAS units, the 504 units, accessibility, and it's things that we don't normally think about. Because from your eyes and from your partner's eyes, you can tell us stuff that we don't even be thinking about. Make sure the cabinets are the right size. Or when blind people come in, what do they have? And when we got to electric doors, you remember that? When we got the buzz door, we didn't used to have that. All that is based upon your impact. And one thing you might not realize, did you know she was a security guard? Did you know she was a security guard? And one thing I really like about here at the Housing Authority, I always want to have an opportunity for residents to have businesses, to have self-sufficiency. You know what? I think she was my first one. Wow. She ran a laundromat. Wow. Did you know that? They were there for years. You want to make a comment?
I had 5 of them.
You had 5 of them?
And I had them for 16 years.
For 16 years. And outside being a security guard leadership, she always was there for the residents. You know, if there was a problem with the Housing Authority, sometimes the Housing Authority, we just kind of do what we do, but then sometimes we need that passion. We need somebody to be empathetic, to tell us, say, hey, touch us on the shoulder, say, well, have you considered this? And to have people in the community to come to the Housing Authority and say, what about this? And she was always there. She's a great leader, and all the residents feel good to talk to her because they know that she's going to come back and talk to the Housing Authority. She was president of Glen Hazel leadership as a resident president, came to all our meetings, and then she went one step further. She's on the board of the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh. So,
one more thing.
yes.
Don't forget, I was vice chair.
That's
for
right.
years.
For many years.
And you know what? You may not know this, but people with disabilities never get that high.
That's right.
Commissioner.
That's true.
As a matter of fact, Allie, you should have more words than all of us, because of her actions. We created a department based on her comments. So that makes a difference, a reasonable accommodations, so that we can make sure that residents get work done in a timely manner and their voices heard when they are disabled. And we at the Housing Authority and the residents of the Housing Authority, and I can't speak, he wants to speak for the city of Pittsburgh, but I do want to throw that in there because your impact have rollover to other institutions. Thank you.
Who's next? Come on. There we go.
Now, I don't think I'm gonna top that, right? But what I will say, my name is Ali Abdullah. I'm the Director of Fair Housing for a number of years. I was the I was the Disability Compliance Administrator at the Housing Authority City of Pittsburgh. And so I've known Janet probably for about at least almost 12 years now. And what I would say in regards to her impact for me personally and professionally is that she's been a consummate advocate for accessibility and disability rights, widen accessibility, making it really always known. She's been a consummate advocate in terms of accessibility in the community. She's always pushed me, in terms of making sure I'm staying on top of my game, making sure I'm staying on top of any ADA issues. And so it's been a pleasure to know her. She's always been someone that's been very open, that you could talk to, have a real personal experience and a personal relationship with in terms of, the work in which we do and provide accessible housing for, our residents. And so it's been a pleasure to be able to work with you over these last 12 years. And I'm so honored to be able to actually speak on your behalf today for all the work that you've done. So, I can't say anything else than, congratulations, Janet, you deserve it. It really is well deserved.
Thank you.
All right, we got 3 more. Who's next? Come on, I'll start calling names.
Karen.
All right.
All right, Karen.
Okay, Karen, like you an all-star, Karen, they calling you out.
I get called out for a lot of reasons, believe me. I work at Access.
You can vibe on that.
Yeah. Well, I've had the pleasure and privilege of working with Janet for 45 years.
Wow.
Wow is right. And Janet signed up for Access on the very first day we had enrollments. Her ID number is 26, I think. And thousands of people came after her, but she was on the first day. And the reason she was on the first day is that she was involved before there was access in making sure that the transportation really worked for people. And that means not just do we have vans with lifts on them, but what are the amenities of the service? What kind of assistance is there? What will people pay? Are there trip purpose restrictions? Can we go anywhere we want, any time of day, 7 days a week from 6 in the morning till midnight? Those are the things that Janet fought for and got, along with convincing us that doing the minimum is not acceptable. It's not a choice. So we rolled along with access for a long time until in the late 80s, Port Authority bought its first buses with wheelchair lifts on them. Before that, people with disabilities like Janet had been denied the opportunity to use the regular Port Authority service because it wasn't accessible. So now it was, and most people in the disability community were afraid of it. And they said, we don't want that, we like access, we want more access, get rid of these buses. And whenever you tell Janet she can't do something, she does it twice as much. So she was one of the very first people to get out there and test the accessible fixed route system, which really didn't work very well in the beginning. The lifts broke. We didn't have the sidewalk infrastructure that we have now, but Janet never gave up on it. And she is the poster girl for what was envisioned in the Americans with Disabilities Act, that people should have the least restrictive environment for their services. So when she can ride the bus, she can. When there's a barrier that keeps her from doing it, access is there for her. So
when we finally got rid of those tickets.
Oh, the tickets. That's how people used to pay their fares. Yeah. So anyway, Janet, you've always been a positive change force for transportation in the world around you. It's been my privilege and pleasure to work with you and know you all these years. I'm proud that we've been able to provide your service, and you taught me that wherever you're going, whatever it's for, every trip matters. So thank you for that.
All right, all right, all right. Now we get at least one more. Come on, come on. At least one more. Come on.
Yeah, I got it.
So, hi, Janet. She see what she's doing now? She liked to catch me off guard all the time. So she did that to me at some function. I had no idea. And she said, I got a new chair. And I said, I'm looking at her eye to eye, and she says, I'm at your level now. You've always been at my level. I've been with the Housing Authority for 35 years, so I've known you for 35 plus years. Her and her husband, they had a wonderful ride as it relates to our laundry facilities. 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, if something happened, Janet was on it. Of course, Janet also called people 2 and 3 in the morning. I won't say who, but she's just a stellar individual. We are so very proud of everything that you do. There is not a day when Janet doesn't say, do you have a Section 3 piece as it relates to what you do, resident employment? Do you have disabilities in whatever you do? So she makes sure that we look at the HACP from a whole lens, not just what we do, but everything that we do. She is the catalyst. We have a cyber bus. She's the catalyst behind the wheelchair lift. Not only did she tell us about it, she came out, she tested it, she told us what to do, what not to do, and we also have assistive technology on the bus as well. And she is our mentor and also our advisor. So we can't do anything without you raising yourself up to live up to the expectations of everybody in the United States of America and in the disability world. So thank you very much. I see you.
So I want to thank all you guys first and foremost for acknowledging Janet and giving her her roses while she's here. because Janet plays a major part in our community. And a lot of people and the residents up there, they don't understand how important Janet is. And we're saying, listen, y'all better put Janet out there because Janet's the one that they're listening to. You know what I mean? Janet, they're going to listen to Janet. They respect Janet. So I just wanted to get up here, thank Janet for inviting me, you know, and also thanking you guys for recognizing who she really is. Thank you. I'm sorry I chopped your name.
So I tell people all the time in my life that you meet a lot of people, right? And I always say that there's a lot of people that want to be important. And then there's people that want to be special. And I always remind people that everybody got a title, want to walk around like they're important. But sometimes people fail to realize that the best people to know in life is those that make a difference. It's what makes them special. And Janet, you've been special for a long time. What you've done in the disability community is unbelievable. What you've done is, I think that everybody here talked about what you started, how you changed, how they seen things. But for me, it's a little deeper, because I go back with you a while. So it's not that just the things that you started, you made them believers. And that's a whole different level when you can make people believe something that really they can't even comprehend themselves. And how you make them believers is because they take action and do what you feel is necessary in order to improve the lives of people. That's how you make people a believer. And I always say, if you get up every single day to make it in this world, make them a believer. Make them believe in what it is that you do. I can change more worlds when I make them believers than me walking around trying to be important. And you are definitely someone that is special and made them believers in the disability community. And with that, I come to celebrate 48 years of excellence. And whereas it is with great pride and admiration that we recognize Janet Evans for her exceptional contributions to the Pittsburgh Housing Authority and having been an outstanding advocate for seniors in the disability community. And whereas Janet Evans has demonstrated exceptional dedication and contributes significantly into the diversity of communities inside the city of Pittsburgh. And whereas Janet Evans has exemplified excellence and commitment as an advocate and activist, consistently displaying the heightened standards of professionalism and diligence. Her love, togetherness, and devotion has changed communities to make people believe what they can't see, now they can see through her. Whereas Janet has served as a remarkable example of hard work and commitment, devotion, 48 years of her life in shaping the lives of countless Pittsburgh residents through her work in numerous boards, committees, and commissions. Her exceptional and especially her impressive leadership as a board member in the Housing Authority City of Pittsburgh Board of Directors. And now, therefore, I, Ed Gainey, Mayor of the City of Pittsburgh, I honor the difference maker today. Something special to the world.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Good job. Job well done. Job well done.